Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Digoseños, the local chief executive of Digo City will deliver the State of the City address. Honorable Joseph Roble Peñas.
Mayong hapon na tanan mga Digoseños. Usa ka malipayon, bulahan ug maayong hapon sa tanang niya dinhi. Of course, allow me to recognize the presiding chair of the 6th City Council, Vice Mayor Rinaldo Hermosissima, members of the Sangguniang Panlunsod, including the sectoral representative from the ABC and the IP, barangay captains, barangay officials, heads of the different departments of the City of Digos, PNP personnel. I noticed that there are heads of agencies of the national government who are with us this afternoon. Our friends in the media, of course, special mention our DILG officer who will soon leave us because she will soon retire from government service in due time. Mga kaigsoonang taga-Digos nga niya dinhi, balik ko na ko maayong hapon natong tanan. Time is too slow for those who wait, too swift for those who fear, too long for those who grieve, and too short for those who rejoice, but for those who love, time is eternity. The famous quotation from Henry Van Dyke, and I intentionally use this quotation because truly, time flies so fast and so swiftly. A little less than a year ago, exactly last July 7 of 2016, I stood before you to deliver my inaugural message at the beginning of my last term and the beginning of the term of this August body, the 6th City Council of Digos. By the way, allow me to recognize also some personnel, our officials from the provincial government. I noticed the presence of the lone woman board member Gabotero. Today I stand before you to lay down what we did for the year 2016, what we are presently doing, and what we intend to do for the remaining time before our term and my term as Chief Executive comes to an end. By way of looking back to the more distant past, we started our administration by embracing and popularizing a battle cry and a mantra. Together with the assumption of leadership, this your humble servant was the birth of this slogan and motto, Abante Digos. Having served Digos in different capacities, starting as youth leader of the then called Kabataang Barangay, later it was renamed Sangguniang Kabataan. I remember pretty well, I was then very young, representing the voice of the youth in the Sangguniang Bayan of Digos for almost 5 years, representing the voice of the youth in that Sangguniang Bayan. Then serving one term as councilor of the then municipality of Digos when I was elected as councilor in the year 1988 up to year 1992. 3 terms as board member of the then undivided province of Davao del Sur. Then 3 terms as vice mayor of Digos. I came up with a slogan or a mantra which guided me and shall continue to guide me ahead Abante Digos. Loosely translated, this phrase would simply mean, move forward, Digos. For those who might not have known or understood what Abante Digos stands for or why Abante Digos, please allow me to share, allow me to take a closer look at it very briefly. This simple phrase is intended to create a mindset, an outlook, and an attitude in life, especially for all peace-loving and all Digosiños of goodwill. It is aimed at making every Digosiño from the center up to the barangays strive hard to contribute for the development and progress of our beloved city. We are all aware that Digos was created and became a city in the year 2000. So if we have to sum it up now, Digos will be celebrating the 17th year and is still very, very young. Mura pa ni siya og baby, where it needs the support and concern of almost all of us, not only public officials, barangay leaders, and even the support will be extended or will be coming from the people in general. To provide a sense of direction in our administration, Abante Digos became our agenda of governance, and its letter stands as a component of the direction we are taking at present. So we have this 11-point letter, 11 letters comprising Abante Digos. And allow me to share this with you one by one. A for Agriculture Enhancement Program. B for Barangay Development. A for Assistance to Livelihood. N for Nutrition, and included in that program, the Health, Wellness, and Sports Program. T for Tourism Development Promotion. E for Economic Dynamism. D for Disaster Risk Reduction, Calamity, and Emergency Preparedness. I for Infrastructure Development. G for Good Governance. O for Order, Peace, Security, and Drug Eradication. And S for Social Services. Offhand, I must admit that the accomplishments that I would be reporting are not mine alone. All of these achievements are the results of our collective effort. I know that I am not alone in the desire to serve and provide assistance to our people, because I am pretty well sure that we have people like the members of the Sangguniang Panlunsod, the department heads, the barangay officials, other agencies of the government, and our people in the barangay are always there joining their efforts to assist us in providing better services to our people. Everyone, maybe they be allies or not, has a share in all that we attain. Thus, to all of you, I shall forever be grateful. Let me take, for example, letter A, the agricultural development. Agricultural development has always been the primary thrust of this humble representation. The city's land area is predominantly agricultural, considering that 31% of the total land area of the city of Digos is devoted for agricultural use, while almost 75% out of the total 26 barangays that comprise the city are engaged in agricultural production. For the past year, the city government pumped its support to Digosiño farmer and fisher folks. The assistance focused on production and marketing of agricultural products. This was all made possible with a total budget allocated for City Agriculture Office, which was pegged at 2.675 million for the year 2016. This is exclusive of the appropriations intended for the salaries and wages of our employees. The City Agriculture Office sustained its support to the production of high-value crops grown by farmers in various barangays. These crops include rice, corn, fruit tree, cacao, vegetables, and coconut. Countless beneficiaries of the city's high-value crop development program have seen its impact, especially in the revenue it generated to the respective families. Programs and projects by the Department of Agriculture were also availed of by the city government through our outsourcing efforts, which include technical assistance, planting materials, and farm implements and equipments distributed to our farmers in the barangay. Under the grassroots participatory budgeting process, otherwise or popularly known as BUB projects, but at present we don't have BUB. This was before the advent of the Duterte administration. The bottom-up budgeting projects involving 5.175 million were poured in by the national government, with our counterpart in the local level involving an amount of 1.225 million to finance these projects, benefiting more than 5,000 farmers and fishermen. And we are so lucky enough to receive additional commitments from the national government. This was promised before by the Secretary of Agriculture that he will provide 100 motorized bangkas to our farmers in the shoreline barangays of Digos, namely Pugon, Sinawilan, Aplaya, and Dawis. And aside from that commitment of Secretary Piñol, last year, we were then a recipient of 20 motorized bangkas, the same distributed in those barangays I mentioned. A sizable amount of money was also invested on agri-based infrastructure that includes farm-to-market roads and other facilities aimed at improving farmers' access to market and modernization of our agriculture. In our pursuit for agricultural modernization, animal production is also one of its components, which include the provision of veterinary services through our city veterinary office. Among other things, our people have availed of our technical assistance to farmers, specifically on animal disease treatment, vitamin supplementation, and artificial insemination of services, benefiting 3,771 farmers as recorded in the Office of Veterinary's Office, raising 9,230 heads of various animals such as swine, goats, and cattle. Under the City Veterinary Office, we also intensified our campaign in support to the national program of Rabies-Free Philippines. A total of 20,686 dogs were vaccinated in 2016, by which we were awarded a certificate of recognition by the Department of Agriculture for this excellent implementation. B. Barangay development. Pursuant to and consistent with our desire for holistic development, due recognition and attention was extended to the 26 barangays of Digos. An amount of 25 million, 13 million was taken, a portion of it from the 20% development fund, while the remaining half is taken from the general fund. I am referring to the barangays, but sad to say, except one barangay who does not probably want to receive the share of 1 million for the barangay does not probably show cooperation to our administration. Was extended these barangays considering that we have financial assistance intended for them through our aid to barangay development program, aside from funding the installation of potable water system and installation of street lights at a cost of 8.35 million and 5.961 million respectively. Road repairs, concreting, improvement and maintenance of farm-to-market roads in various barangays simultaneously implemented. Trainings were also conducted among different groups of barangay functionaries, performing different tasks such as health workers, peacekeepers, I am referring to our tanod, and disaster quick responders. We have started training people in the barangay as responders in cases of emergencies. Field and barangay extension services by the different departments and offices of the city government were also conducted. If there are requests coming from the barangay captains or barangay officials for us to conduct and bring our government closer to the people in the barangay, like medical mission, like the one in Kapatagan where some personnel from the city treasurer, civil registrar, assessors are assigned to barangay Kapatagan for a number of days to perform their duties and functions. We will continue doing that even in the near future. A. Assistance to livelihood. Another strategy we use in providing opportunities for livelihood to our beloved Digosiños is employment generation. More jobs are coming to the city of Digos, brought about by the influx of businesses. Probably we are all a witness to what is now happening to our city. More investors are coming in. In fact, just the other day, a representative from one of the biggest corporation, a hotel owner, will soon have its launching. Probably this coming Tuesday, they will be coming over to see us and it will inform us officially that they will soon construct a big hotel in the city of Digos. And investments both small and large, which have flourished very recently, spearheaded by our Public Employment Services Office. Employment facilitation services were conducted, both for local or foreign-based employment. Almost 6,000 clients benefited the job fairs that we had during the Araw celebration. Special recruitment activities and career employment coaching programs conducted by our PISO personnel. Trainings conducted for butchers through our slaughterhouse is likewise worth mentioning, for this has generated overseas employment opportunities for many, not only for Digos City residents, including adjacent and neighboring LGUs, but even as far as from Visayas and Luzon residents. Of course, congratulations to the head before of that office, Dr. Biralio. Now, the same is managed by our administrator as caretaker of the slaughterhouse operation. And we are still a recipient of so many applicants from Digos and other neighboring areas nga gusto gyud mo appeal para mapadala dito sa abroad. They wanted more trainings nga para mapadala nato dito sa Australia and other areas nga nakinahanglan sa training nato din sa siyudad sa Digos. On the basis of this, the Digos City Slaughterhouse, aside from contributing an income of 14 million pesos for 2016, which is the highest throughout Region 11. Ang nag-operate karon og slaughterhouse in the entire region, I don't think so that probably aside from Davao City, they can compete with respect to the operation of the slaughterhouse in the city of Digos. While we experience problems in the slaughterhouse, I think at present this can be now handled properly, kay atong gihangyo gyud ang atoang administrator to see to it nga personal nga mataga ang pagtagad ang atong operation sa slaughterhouse. And at present, there are about 140 applicants, trainees at present nga naa karon sa atuang slaughterhouse. It also generated recognition from the Australian companies as the training center for quality butchers in Mindanao. We also assisted in organizing and strengthening people's organizations among our different barangays. We assisted them in identifying livelihood projects not only from our local funds but also outsourced funds. We are at present a recipient, if I am correct, almost 4 million assistance from the national government just to develop our slaughterhouse in the city of Bicol. Consequently, alternative sources of income were availed by our poor and needy constituents, which also became an opportunity for unity among them in the community. Nutrition included is the health, wellness, and sports program. I remember the favorite campaign strategy and slogan of one of the members of the City Council. And allow me to mention the favorite line of Dr. Tongkos. Himsog ang katawhan, paspas ang kalambuan. Anchored on the belief that a healthy and strong constituent is a symbol of a progressive community, our government is painstakingly making efforts in the area of making health services available and accessible. During my last report, I made mention of the establishment of our birthing facility or paanakan in line with the United Nations Millennium Development Goals of reducing maternal and child mortality. For 2016, the said facility was able to serve 1,117 safe and successful deliveries. Gikan ni nga mga inahan sa 26 ka mga barangay sa siyudad sa Digos nga dili makakaya pag-adto sa mga regular nga hospitals. Nidangop sila sa atong paanakan and they are our clients in totaling 1,117 during the year 2016. Next to ensuring the safety of mother and child during deliveries, we also continued our nutrition programs that gave utmost attention and care towards reducing, if not eradicating, cases of malnutrition among our children aging 5.5 years old and below by allocating the amount of 663,000, benefiting 17,621 young children. To ensure our people's health, the city government likewise implemented other health intervention programs. Through the City Health Office, we have implemented the expanded program on immunization, maternal and child health care, responsible parenthood and family planning, local health response in emergencies and disasters, and others. To foster physical fitness, self-discipline, and teamwork, an amount of 4.5 million, but I assume that it reaches up to 6 to 7 million, was set aside as our support to school athletic competitions. The competition started in the city level, then we have the Digos City Meet, then we have the Braa at present, and even funding our athletes if they are qualified to participate in the Palarong Pambansa. There is a breaking news I received just a minute ago, and allow me to share this with our fellow Digosinos so that all of us will be inspired. I got this text message from the ongoing Dabraa at Mati City informing us Digos officials and the people of Digos that this is now the arrangement of the number of gold medals, the standing for the city of Digos. I am informed that Digos, Davao City got 80 gold medals, Tagum got 33, and Digos City ranked number 3, 32 medals, as of 5 p.m. yesterday. I was in Mati during the opening program last Sunday. I was there just to show our support to our athletes because Digos is now considered as one team, separate from the team of Davao Occidental and the team coming from Davao del Sur. We have initiated various sporting activities, especially during the annual week-long Araw ng Digos City celebration. And in fact, we have given due recognition, awards, and incentives to our grassroots discovered talented athletes who have given us pride and honor through their excellent performances in different levels of sports competition. P. Tourism development. Under the tourism aspect of our development agenda, this administration has implemented various projects and programs, foremost of which is the Mount Apo Trekking Administration. Because there is no any other way, a route going to Mount Apo within Davao del Sur, the other route will be coming from the North Cotabato. Aimed at preserving the mountain's natural beauty, which include the conduct of orientation for Mount Apo climbers. To provide an avenue for our beloved Digosiños, skills, talents, products, and our potential tourist destinations, we have spearheaded various socio-cultural activities, and among these are the Latin and hip-hop dance competitions, which we used to have these activities, a contest during the month of February during celebrations of Valentine's Day. We did it already for almost 3 or 4 years. We have the Palagoy Quiapo Fun Run. We have this during December, and I am happy to report to the people of Digos that I was informed that those participating in the Palagoy Quiapo Fun Run, there were participants coming from Cebu, North Cotabato, Cagayan, South Cotabato, Jinsan, Davao area. Not only people from Digos who participated in that Palagoy Quiapo, which we already had for the last 2 years. We have the Padigusan Festival during the July 19 celebration of the original date for the creation of the then Municipality of Digos, and the yearly Araw ng Digos festivities with a total budget every year of 6 to 7 million for us to commemorate the celebration of the Araw ng Digos. Economic dynamism. For 2016, a total of 827 new businesses were registered and 2,863 old businesses were renewed in the city by the City Business Permits and Licensing Division of the Mayor's Office. With this addition to the already booming business sector of the city, business taxes also spiked along with jobs available not only for Digosiños but also for those neighboring municipalities of the province of Davao del Sur and even from as far as the newly created province of Davao Occidental. Overall, there are 3,690 registered businesses that are operating in the city. Affordable taxation and streamlined process of acquiring business permits implemented by the city government become factors of this increase. And I am again happy to inform you also that for the last 2 years, including this year for the renewal of our business licenses, we had the scheme known as one-stop shop, where businessmen will go there only in one place just for them to renew this business permit. Last year, it was done at Grand Gaisano, and this year, the one who is hosting was Gmall in Digos. And probably, we will be receiving feedbacks from our businessmen if we will push through with this scheme in the near future. The Local Government Code of 1991 has opened opportunities for LGUs to generate more revenues beyond traditional sources like the internal revenue allotment. In the city of Digos, the local government takes pride in its revenue generation efforts through its economic enterprises, which in 2016 earned a total of 69.002 million that came from the market, terminal, cemetery, and slaughterhouse operation. Local revenue sources include real property tax, business tax, and other fees and charges, which contributed a total of 138 million 866,000. In addition, we were able to receive our regular subsidy from the national government, the amount of 546,861,624 as our share of the internal revenue allotment coming from the national government. Apparently, these figures will show that the city of Digos have substantially reduced its dependence on ERA at close to 70%, indicating positively that Digos City is moving forward. Other LGUs have said that they will not survive. They cannot go on with the desire or dream of converting an LGU to another step because they are dependent on ERA. Before, we used to say that in Digos, but I am happy to say at present that out of the ERA that we have, we contributed for the total budget 30%, while the remaining 70% are coming from the internal revenue allotment. And so therefore, I am positive that we can go on with this if all of us will join our efforts, especially in the collection of our local taxes in the city of Digos. Disaster risk reduction, calamity, and emergency preparedness. In the area of promoting disaster resiliency, the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office was able to conduct seminars, workshops, trainings, and drills all year round to capacitate every sector and every barangay in the city with necessary information, knowledge, and skills related to emergency preparedness. With 24/7 emergency response, dubbed as BFIRST. Of course, allow me to mention that this was initiated by the former Executive Director of CDRRMC in the person of Attorney Taghoy, but I requested him later to concentrate on the legal matter in the office so that we can let somebody perform the function, now being handled by Mr. Niemes as Executive Director of the CDRRMC Digos. Kining gitawag nga BFIRST, franchise holder ang Digos ini, ato ni sa Digos, which means the meaning of BFIRST, Barangay Emergency First Response and Saving Team. We were able to provide a round-the-clock emergency medical response team which catered close to 500 emergency incidents consisting of medical and trauma incidents caused by vehicular accidents and requests for hospital transfers requested by indigent individuals who are not capable of paying private ambulances. A total of more than 40 seminars, trainings, workshops, and drills were conducted, participated in by no less than 30,000 participants. Included in that computation, I am in receipt of so many requests from schools, elementary, high school, and college, from business establishments, from barangays, asking our team to conduct trainings and seminars, mao ni mga recipients sa mga trainings nga atong gi-conduct sa barangay. That is why we had initiated the BFIRST group during the 2016. These activities and the procurement of medical equipments, communication equipments, rescue vehicles, and equipments including high-powered closed-circuit television cameras, popularly known as CCTV, to address traffic aside from hastening emergency response as a crime deterrent, were all made in pursuant to the capability building of our Disaster Preparedness Office in the amount of more than 4 million, utilizing the pre-disaster component of our Coffers Calamity Fund. Again, to include the members of the Sanggunian, our barangay officials who are with us, ako mong imbitaron, kung wala pa mo kakita sa atong command center, we have installed at present 14 units of CCTV camera right there in our command center. The camera station outside of Digos are identified within the city of Bigos along the National Highway, public market, at bang sa simbahan, in the Plaza Rizal of Bigos, including the City Hall, na dito na-install ang atuang CCTV camera. And again, I am inviting everybody. I am inviting tanang taga-Bigos kung pwede makakita mo sa atong command center. Dili kayo nindot, pero butang atong ikapasulti sa gawas nga. We have that in the city of Bigos. You can see it now right after our inaugural address. For this year, we intend to add more units. I think it was already bidded, more or less 40 or 50 CCTV cameras kay dunay hangyo sa ato nga for security purposes ato yung pwede punan ang atong CCTV camera. And I even suggested that we will put up 10 to 15 CCTV cameras in our terminal, new terminal, and the old terminal in the city of Bigos, including our public market. Economic dynamism. Then we will proceed infrastructure development. Cognizant of the needs of every Bigosinyo to have easily accessible roads to and from their place of residence, the City of Bigos, through the City Engineer's Office, has implemented various road projects whereby a total of 13 road concreting projects were fully implemented, with a corresponding cost of 17,177,815 and 43 cents, and a total of 10 projects involving road rehabilitation and road openings at a cost of more than 1 million for the benefit and comfort of the riding public and for easy transport of goods and services. The money that we are utilizing really gikan sa atong panudlanan sa syudad. We don't have aids outside from the city government of Bigos. To ensure that there will be less to no flooding incidents in the city, in the event of heavy rains resulting to swelling rivers and waterways, the city government has allotted 3 million for the rehabilitation and improvement of our drainage system. I think we have one here along Jose Abad Santos, we have in the extension, and we will soon put up additional drainage projects within the city of Bigos. Soon to be implemented, I think we have one along at the back of the National High School, Lopez Haina Street. Corollary to our agenda under infrastructure development, classrooms and other school building facilities were also constructed for the benefit of our school-age youth living in the city. We have utilized our school board funds for the construction of social halls, gymnasiums, rehabilitation of our school buildings, the fencing of the school, but I know that our money is not enough to finance all of these projects. These efforts were meant to address not only to minimize, if not eradicate, the scarcity of classrooms, but also to decongest the overly populated public schools in the city, especially with the full implementation of DepEd's K-12 basic education program. We have assisted in the establishment of annex high schools in barangays Playa, Dawis, Igpit, and Balabag, aside from extending financial assistance in different school-based activities. And for the establishment of these annexes or established high school in some barangays, we committed for and in behalf of the city government that some barangays will be a recipient of 1 million, 2 million, 1 million, 2 million assistance for the construction of classroom for this year. And allow me to share also our plan to have the senior high school building, which will be planned to be constructed at Igpit. There was a lot involving 5 hectares privately owned, but the donor decided to donate it to the city government of Bigos. Here comes a problem of a lot where DepEd encounters some difficulties where to construct the building. And so the city government, in close coordination with the city council, decided to donate a portion of the 5 hectares that was donated to us. 2 hectares will be donated to DepEd so that they can construct their building for senior high school. The remaining 3 hectares will be retained by the city government, which will serve as our area for probably for agricultural purposes. Good governance. G. As it was at the onset of this humble administration, when the city government of Digos has institutionalized the holding of ecumenical prayers and convocation to strengthen the renewal of faith, spirituality of the city employees, including our officials. In every office, of course, we have that during flag raising ceremony. The same is conducted freely by our friend pastors of the Value Formation Team. This Value Formation Team is in place because there is a memorandum circular issued by the Department of Local Government in close coordination with the Civil Service Commission that we will have that adapt the same in the local government unit. This administration has always taken steps to ensure that its social contract with the Digosinyo constituency is duly upheld by an accountable and transparent form of governance that follows the rule of law and is participatory, consultative, and responsive to the needs of our people. And I know that all of us will agree that the basic principle provided in the Constitution about transparency, accountability. In fact, there is a very clear provision in our Constitution. Article 11, it says, accountability for public officers and employees. And it says, all government officials and employees must be accountable to the people. But the later provision, it says, and lead modest lives. I think that will serve as the Bible of all of us in the government service. Whether you are a public official or a mere employee, that should be our guiding principle for all of us. Order, peace and security, and drug eradication. Peace and order is an essential ingredient in maintaining economic development, social order, and political stability. It is useless for us to talk about development. It is useless for us to talk about infrastructure, good roads, building, with money being poured in that will be distributed to our people for livelihood assistance, kung dili maayo ang kondisyon nato sa peace and order. At present, we are all a witness that we are again disturbed by these movements somewhere in the hinterlands. Even our neighboring municipalities are also affected, and we are affected also here in the city of Digos. A condition of peace and order facilitates the growth of investments, generates more employment opportunities, and attract more tourists. It is in this premise that the city government of Digos, under this humble leadership, has made the attainment of peace, safety, and security for all Digosinos the priority trust, of course, with the support of all the people working in the City Hall and even the Sanggunian, the barangays, and all of us Digosinos. Towards this end, the city government has taken various initiatives in partnership with the Digos City Police Office, the Philippine Army, barangay tanods, and other peacekeeping groups by providing logistical support, including patrol vehicles and motorcycles distributed to our local police force. Dili yun pwedeng dili na to tabangan ang PNP. In fact, in one of our meetings with the Peace and Order Council, we have to be very frank about it. We need to cooperate with each other. Dili pwede nga ang police magpadayon lang ilaw without consulting the local government, and even the local government cannot move without the support of our local police force. In the advent of the Duterte administration, which started halfway of 2016, a paradigm shift was likewise born, and this is no other than the war on drugs. Pursuant to this trust and in alignment with His Excellency's desire, the City of Digos also declared our own war against illegal drugs, including illegal gambling. All elected officials down to the 26 barangays and all employees subjected ourselves to a mandatory drug test to set the tone of our fight. In fact, we are unique in Digos because other LGUs have not done that so far. I was informed that Digos City in the entire Region 11, I think we are the only city conducting drug tests to all officials, employees, including barangay officials and kagawad. At the end of 2016, not less than 3,000 surrenderies composed of self-drug users, posers, dependents, and carriers came to the folds of the government as part of the intensified approach. When we were there in the barangay together with our personnel from the PNP and some officials of the local government of Digos, I was shocked seeing people surrendering involving husband and wife, mother and a child, mother and a daughter, father and a son. We really consider this as a serious one. To formulate the framework to oversee the intervention to be implemented by the local government, the City Anti-Drug Abuse Council was created through an executive order which shall cascade to the institutionalization of the Barangay Anti-Drug Abuse Council or BADAC in the barangay of each of the 26 barangays of Digos. I do not know ni ama ng ato mga kapitan din if all of us have organized BADAC in our respective levels. I hope tanang barangay mag-organize na. This council continues to formulate interventions consistent with our desire of making Digos a drug-free, not only now, apil na sa umaabot ng mga adlaw. We have organized in the barangays of Digos at present in close coordination with the PNP. For those who have surrendered, we have organized them into an association. We call it Drug Victims of Digos or DVD. Then we will have a caption for each barangay. DVD Zone 1, DVD Zone 2, DVD Zone 3, DVD Aplaya, DVD and the rest of the barangays. Probably after this and for this year, we will get in touch with the ILG because I was informed that per province we will secure one rehabilitation center as agreed upon by the officials with the DILG. Social services. For the year 2016, in the area of education, with a budget of 5 million, we were able to extend assistance to a total of 220 youths who were enrolled in our Digos City Scholarship Program. Large bulk of these LGU scholars were carefully selected based on the family's income, are college students enrolled in different schools in the city. We never allow scholars to enroll outside of Digos. Generally, this program is making significant strides in helping poor but deserving students develop their God-given potentials. In our efforts to address the delivery of basic services to the needy, and these functions are performed by the City Social Welfare Office, the disadvantaged, the underprivileged or impoverished group, the City of Digos has allotted a total of 5.5 million to finance the provision of different welfare services and development programs in the form of psychosocial interventions for disadvantaged women, children, and the elderly. To address the housing problems of our brothers and sisters in the informal settlers, we have purchased 4 lots located in 4 different barangays of the city with a combined area of 37,080 hectares, which when subdivided can accommodate 244 household beneficiaries coming from areas affected by the road widening projects and those living in flood-prone areas. Mga kaigsoonang taga-Digos, with the latest development now, people have been asking about the plan of the city for the loan we had entered into with the DPP. Allow me to share this with you that for this year, doon na tayo mga kontrata gipirmahan involving 400 million loan with DPP. The amount is quite so big. Ako mismo nahadlok nga kung dili matarong pagdala ka-picture sa atong pagpadagan, sa atong pagpanayserbisyo din sa atong syudad. But allow me to say something, kay wala pa man nato nadawat, we are still negotiating this with the Development Bank of the Philippines. Allow me to share that this amount of 400 million is divided into 3 projects. Una nga project na to will be for the construction of the building kanang gidemolish na to diya along Rizal Avenue, and the building facing the terminal and all building which will soon be demolished. I have given them up to June 30 kanang mga negosyante diya, because that building is already 40 or 50 years old and it needs to be, a new building has to be contracted. We are planning to purchase heavy equipment. Since I assumed office in 2010, I noticed that the equipments that we are using are already equipments during probably 60s or 70s. Graders, dump trucks, every now and then kung gamiton mga daot. And so I had a talk with the members of the Sanggunian nga maglunta para makapalit ng equipments. Another problem that we encountered, as I've said, this is divided into 3. The third one is about the sanitary landfill. Daghang syudad, when our attention was called by DENR and even by Malacanang, identifying even big cities in the country nga pailanan og kaso kay wala matagad ang basurahan kanang gitawag nitong sanitary landfill. Under that provision of law, Digos City is not exempted from constructing or having a sanitary landfill. Every day, 7 to 8 or 9 dump trucks of garbage sa ato siyudad sa Digos didto gidam sa atong basurahan. Kada adlaw, remember, since we operate and we have a very big public market, the volume of garbage is taken from our public market. Every day, 7 or 8 or 9 dump trucks. Unsay nahitabo sa atong basurahan karong panahon na. Probably less attention is given by Digosiños. But under this administration, again, pasalamat ko sa membro Sanggunian kay nakita tani, we are duty bound to have a sanitary landfill in due time. Dunay mga accountability, dunay responsibility, and we don't want that a case will be filed against the city of Digos involving all officials for not taking care of the garbage in our own backyard. But there is a responsibility not only from the local officials, but we will pass this on to all Digosiños in general. We will observe the collecting of our garbage, but we will follow the segregation of our garbage. We will direct our businessmen to come up with a garbage in their own establishments para hakuton sa atong sinro, plastar ang atong basura paglabay nga sa sanitary landfill. I encountered one businessman, ang sabi niya, ingon siya, bahalag dili mahakot ang akong basura, Mayor. Bahalag mabaho din na. Anyway, ang Digos may mag-antos. I told them, never mind, we will cancel your permit to operate a business establishment in the public market. Because talking of garbage should be the responsibility of all of us. Dili pwede nga maghiskot ang basura. That will be the problem of the mayor, the vice mayor, the city councilors, and the problem of all officials, excluding our businessmen. Kining problema sa basura should be the concern of everybody. Dili pwedeng pipila lamang katao. O dunay mga negosyante nga dili muuban nato sa atong pakig-away sa basura, then we will cancel their permit, meaning they cannot engage in business in the public market. We have to meet Our leaders in the public market, we have initiated that already, and I told the presidents of all organizations in the public market to please cooperate with us kay kitang tanan nagdamgog yun ta nga mopadayon pag-abanti ang atong syudad sa Digos. Ang paghatag o pagtunol sa mga nagunang panginahanglan o pagkabuot sa mga kalambuan nga atong gipangandoy o gitinguha, gisangon isip tahas sa mga lideres ipasa ngadto sa ubang leader. Ang kanunay magpabilin mao ang paglambigit sa katawhan kinsa mudawat niining maong pagpang-alagad. Ang tahas sa pag-umol o katilingban nga ang mga panginahanglan sa katawhan matubag ug mahatag padayong naghagit kanato. Busa isip mga lideres kanunay kitang gihagit nga mamahimong hunaon o magbinantayon. Kahibalo ko nga daghan kayong gipangayo sa ato. People are expecting more than 100% from us. Our barangay leaders every now and then are asking projects that will redound to the benefit of their people. But there is always a limitation. Kulang yun tag-budget. Dunay limitasyon ang atong budget sa atong syudad because we have to distribute this to all sectors in the society. Daghan kanato ilabi na kita nga mga pinili sa katawhan nagaatubang og nagkalain-laing hagit. Naguna niini mao ang kapobrehon o kawadon bisan tuod nga dunay mga timaan sa paglambo sa atong syudad gihapon nagpabiling dako pa ang buluhaton pagsulbad niini. Ang ekonomiya sa atong syudad nagpakitag dakong paglambo mao gani nga kita gihagit nga dungagan pa ang atong mga paningkamot aron ang kinaobsan natong katawhan makatagamtan niini. And I think this is all the desire of every member of this august body regardless of our party affiliation. Doon naman tayo mga kauban din nga lain-lain ang panglantaw, but I have to congratulate them that based on our records in the city council, tanan na kong gipangayo, gihangyo sa ila, naa sila pirmi miuban na to for the sake of serving our people. Sulod sa gidugayon sa akong pagkamayor, wala gyud nako ma-experiensyahe ang pag-inusara. Tungod kay kamo nga akong mga kauban sa pag-alagad ug katawhan kinsa akong gialagaran, kanunay uban kanako sa akong mga tinguha. Busa karong hapuna, dapiton ko kamong tanan atong ipadayon ang diwa sa panagtambayayong ug tutukan nato ang usa lamang katumong hangtod nga moabot nga ang adlaw nga kitang tanan Digosinyos mudawat na sa grasya sa kalambuan nato dinhi. Og padayon natong isinggit sa kalambuan pinaagi sa pulong nga nagkanayon. Abante Digos. Thank you, good afternoon, and God bless us all. Salamat.